Welcome to my kitchen. Tonight I am making buttermilk, and just wanted to show how easy this was to do, because you can actually take store-bought buttermilk and propagate it out over several months, making new batches of buttermilk each time. So I just wanted to show you how to do that. Step one is to scald the milk. So here we have a quart of milk that we're scalding. We're just basically trying to get that up to 180 degrees. And so we're almost there right now. As a matter of fact, we are pretty much done. And you kind of stir it just to keep it from burning on the bottom there. So we'll go ahead and turn the heat off there. Over here we have a glass bottle which is capable of being sterilized, into which we've poured boiling water from an electric kettle, and just basically filled it right up to the top there, and also sort of scalding the plastic lid that's in there as well. Here is what we're going to use as a culture for this buttermilk. There's a tiny bit of buttermilk that's down in there. I don't know if you can see that. That we are going to use as the live culture. All the buttermilks that you're going to find in the grocery store today are grown with live cultures, as opposed to being a byproduct of the butter making processes, which is what it used to be. So we are basically going to take that live culture, and we're taking the scalded milk, which the reason you scald the milk is just to kill off any bacteria that might be in there that might not be what you want to take up residence in your buttermilk. And then we're introducing a good live culture, which is the last remnants of the buttermilk from the previous batch. And you want to do this about every 2 weeks or so. After 2 to 3 weeks, the cultures in the buttermilk that you get from the store, or whatever your mother culture is, they're going to start to get a little bit tired. So next step now basically is to let this milk cool, and then we're going to introduce the live culture. Alright, the scalded milk has reached the proper temperature, and that's usually somewhere around anywhere from about 80 degrees to maybe 100 degrees tops. I've got it cooled to 100 degrees right now, and that's just about the right temperature. I usually do it about 100 and it works fine. You just don't want it to be more than, say, about 100 or 110, because there's the possibility that it could actually harm the live culture that you're putting in there. So we are going to take that live culture now, and we're going to pour it into our milk that has been scalded. It's a couple of tablespoons there. That's good. And now I'm just going to give it a stir. Just want to distribute that live culture all through the milk. That's pretty good. And now we'll pour it into our scalded jar. This is always a little bit tricky, but you should really probably use a funnel, but I'm a little bit daring, so I'm just going to try to pour that in there carefully. Don't worry if you've got a little bit left. That's fine. Take my cap, put it on there, and then you basically just set that on the counter or the stove top, and you're just going to leave that overnight. And sometimes it just takes a few hours to set up. Sometimes I've had it take as long as 18 hours to set up. You want to keep it, room temp, 70 degrees or thereabouts. And so what we'll do is we'll check in the morning, and we're looking for a good sort of a firm set. We wanted to see that live culture has multiplied and permeated through that milk, and basically turned it into sort of like almost like a thin yogurt or a soft yogurt. So we'll check it in the morning, see what happens. Okay, it is now the next morning, and the buttermilk has set up perfectly, and what you're looking for here is sort of a thickness to the buttermilk. See how that's not wanting to run over? It's a very, very thick liquid. So that's exactly what we want. And I always put the date on there just because that helps me to remember. You know, about 2 weeks from now I will want to do this again, or if I use it up in between, of course, I can make new. You can almost always propagate it any time as long as it's not much more than 2 weeks. So try this out and let me know how it goes. Put some comments there on after the video. Let me know if it works for you. But this is a great way to get into home dairying and to you know, just make something useful for yourself at home, something that will be helpful in your baking. You know, you can use it to make pancakes, and you can use it to make muffins and scones and things like that. And it's just great to be able to just say, oh, you know what, I don't have any buttermilk. Well, wait a minute, I can in just about 12 hours or less, I can have some more buttermilk. So go out there and try it, and let me know how you do.